the components called routes, the component called route, the component called browser router. Why they built them? Not for real time, huh? Right? That is their limited knowledge on concept. Any technology will not provide an option just for entertainment or just for watching it, using it without implementing. Right? Why they developed other components then? Many people come and ask this, sir, in real time they don't use like this. Right? Who said? What do you think real time means? Means where you worked, what work you have done is not just the real time that you see. That means every requirement has different scenario, different projects. That means even 20 years you worked on a technology, sometimes you will not learn some concepts which are not required. You will have to use them in another project. That means people who learned 10, 15 years back some technology from us, even today, they ping a message to us saying that, sir, I am your 10 years back student. I am working on so and so technology. In my latest project, I got this requirement. How to do what? You are working from 10 years on the technology. Now you have a doubt on that concept. Of course. Why? Because all these 10 years on which projects they worked, they never used that option. And they no need to know about it. Time waste to know about it. Now in one new project, they have to implement. Then suddenly they have to explore about it. They can explore with their 10 years experience, they can learn it by themselves. But they don't want to waste time because they contact us because they may think that we know about it and we can easily guide them. So they can learn without asking us. But why they ask? Because they think that we have already ready-made resources for that. If we forward them, they can easily save the time, right? So you cannot say that this is best and the other one is not best. That depends. We will decide according to project requirements, right? So which one is good? What is problem in maintaining a separate file? It is just like CSS and JavaScript. We can write CSS embedded in a page. We can write CSS in a separate file. Which is best? Which is best? Both are required. Why? Because if you unnecessarily maintain a separate file, the number of requests will increase. If number of requests increase, page load time will increase. When we need a separate file, when we want to reuse the styles across pages, if you want styles only for that page, then you don't need to write in a separate file. You can write inline embedded. Am I right? That means there is nothing like this is best. That depends, right? So this is also good. This is very good if your project has routes and they are not stable every time. Means every few days new will be added, existing will be removed, customizations are very frequent. Then this is best. How? Let's see. It's not done. After this, how to make it work, I will show you. See, currently we are using routes for this file, shopping index. That is the file we are having. So what we will do now is go to project. In the project, we will go to src. We will add a folder called routes. So I'm adding a separate folder called routes. In that routes folder, I will add a file routes.jsx. That is the routes file. Now here we will create the routes. How do we configure the routes? So constant router is equal to we have to use create browser router. From router DOM, we have to import this. Actually, create browser router is nothing but it is the same browser router component. That is the same browser router component. All the routes must be inside this. Okay. In this create browser router, so it is an method, it is an array of routes. In that, every route is an object. What is the first route path? The first route path is slash. That means the first route path is slash. If I use slash, okay, what is the element? Simple. Which element it should load? Which element it should load? So shopping index. That means it should start with shopping index. That means the router starts with shopping index. And in the shopping index, all the routes are present, all the routes are configured. Okay, but I don't want shopping index. I want to start from home because I want to ignore that shopping index because we want to use routes from here. So it should start from which one? Shopping home. It should start from shopping home, not shopping index. Because shopping home contains login. It contains directly the login option. Actually, we haven't designed this shopping for this purpose, but I'm just showing you. Later we will create it separately. Okay. Next, similarly, we need other routes. What are other routes? Path. Path is slash login. Then which element should come? Element. Which element should come? Shopping login element should come. The shopping login element should come. So we define two paths. One is home, another one is login. We are defining the shopping login. Actually, first start with login. If you want to first start with login on slash, it should start with login. After that, you keep as what? Home. It should get with which one? Home. It should get with the home. First, it will start with login. After login, it will go to home. From home, it can go to products. It can go to results. It can navigate. We will see that path, how we can configure. Initially, this is the basic router. Okay. Now, after that, we have to export default. What is it? Router. We have to export this router. You know that while declaring itself, you can export. After declaring, if you are exporting, then you have to mark it as what? Default. Default. And in every module, there can be only one default. Okay, that you define. Okay, done. Now what to do is your routing starts with which one? Login. After login, it will go to home. It will go to home. Okay, let's go to main now. In the main, here we need to change. What we have to do is here, it will not start with index. It uses a route provider. We have a route provider. And what this route provider will do? It will use a router. And router will come from the router that we designed. The router we designed in routes.jsx. Am I right? In this route.jsx, we created a browser router. That means it will use that browser router. It will use the browser router. So we need to configure the routes like this now. We need a router provider. That means router provider tells which page you have to use for routing. From where routing should start, it is defined. That means actually you see now, it is going to access the login first. And you entered some name, you entered some password and login, then it will go to dashboard. But this time the routes are working by using what? The routes are working by using a browser router object. Here, from here, I'm clicking on this. From here, I will click on this. And you see the products must load, but it's not showing. and see the speciality here. Because you are using a browser object, what is the speciality of browser object is it has built-in messages, built-in error messages. It says not found. We can design a not found route also. By default, it is showing not found because we don't have this route configured. Where to configure the route, This time we have to go to routes.jsx. Here, we need to configure the route. What is the route path? Route path is slash, what is it? Products. Slash colon. It is expecting what? ID na? It is expecting idea or category? Category. It is expecting category. Category, cat ID. Okay. So it is expecting cat ID. We have to mention that cat ID. So it is which element should come. What is the element? Element, what it should render? It should render shopping products. Shopping products element should render. Collecting route parameters, passing route parameters, everything is same. Everything is same. Now you see here. So I click on the routes. You see the routes are coming back to home, right? So, but back to home, it should get back to, I need to change a little bit now because where is back to home? In products. Yeah. Here back to home, it should not be slash. It should be to which one? Home. We should navigate to home. That's fine. Okay. Now I'm entering some name and password and login. It will get me to the dashboard. From here, I say electronics or fashion. It will get me to the products. Back to home, it will get back to this. Electronics, it will get. One more speciality now. When I click on this, it should go to details of the product and show here. Your design is same, outlet, everything is same. But how to mention that child route? Na? That means in the products, go to routes. In the products, you need a child route. How to define the child route? We have to use children. In the children is an array of routes again. What is the route path you are expecting? The route path is details, not slash details. Slash details means it will become an absolute path. Details will be an relative path. And it is expecting slash colon prod idea. It is expecting product ID. Then which element it should render? It should render which element? Shopping details. Shopping details element it should render. That means when user clicks on that, that relative route will come here. The same we are designing. Now you can delete that index. That shopping index is not required because that I will keep it, but that is not required now because we will directly start with login. After that, home, from their products and their details. Everything is accessible. Mobile, it will get the mobile detail. And back to home, it will get back to home. And sign out, it will get back to login. Login is not there. So why login is not there? We given only this path. Na? So what we have to do, we have to add one more path. What is it? If path is slash login, then also it should open same element. Which element it should show? Shopping login element it should display. Then it will be fine. Otherwise it will show the problem here. So you entered the name, you entered the password, and you click login, it will get there. You sign out, it is going to sign out and get back to the login. Get back to the login. This time we are configuring the routes by using a router object. Router object. Same thing, but using router object. Here, same concepts. Huh? We have to define path element. And if we will add one thing, a new file not found dot what JSX export function not found, and what it will do, return a simple message like not found. So page you requested requested, not found. So some message we are giving. And how to mention this? We have to go to route JSX, and here we can mention it separately. What is that we can do? We can define path. Path is what? Asterisk. We know asterisk. What is the element it should get? So not found element it should get, and use it. And very important, actually, if anything is requested in the main and it is not there, you can put an error element also. Error element as what? Not found. You can put an error element not found. Or you can justly put as. So that means what happens? I requested mobiles, then hit enter. It says not found. That means it will get our own message and it will display there. We can put like that. This is important for routes when you are configuring the routes. Now, one more additional thing we have to do after configuring the routes. What are the other things we need to do? Next option is go to main.jsx and define a route provider that uses router object that uses router object. Right. So how do we do that? We have to import route provider from React Router DOM. And we have to import router from routes.jsx. That is the file. Actually, this JSX is not required to mention. I'm just defining this. It is coming from separate file. So here we have to use. Actually, in your project, you will have a strict mode. In the strict mode, route provider uses a router coming from router. That's what you need to give. So here your same example, just I will give routes.jsx, the file code. That is routes.jsx. There is no change in the design. Design is same. Only the point is it will not start with index anymore. It will start with what? Login. We can keep anything in the starter. So this is browser router. We can access and use from any location. So what is advantage of this is if routes are maintained in a separate file, easy to add, easy to edit without disturbing the design. right? If they are present in the design, you have to go to the design page every time, make changes in the design page. Now, this is one simple concept, right? So now you are aware of all the concepts in route. So you are aware of all the concepts in route. So with this knowledge, we will try to build one app. We will try to create. I will show 2, 3 projects. We will start with a simple one. Then we will go with complex. So first level, we will maintain some database in a local DB and we will use that. After that, we will use a real backend. Real backend means we will maintain data in a database. We will connect with the database using middleware and we will create our own APIs and we will use them. Okay. Here, temporarily, now what we are going to do is we are starting one small application. We will start a small regularly used application, a to-do app. We will build one to-do application. This is to have an idea of CRUD operations. That means we should able to design all CRUD operations. That means reading data, inserting, updating, deleting, filtering, sorting, searching, paginations. Everything we should able to implement in this. And to do application is a very basic one and very commonly practiced for having idea of all the concepts. Now in this application, we will implement some advanced concept of React. We will learn some new hooks, how to manage them, how to work with them. We'll see that. So we will start building this app from tomorrow. Right from tomorrow, we will start designing this app. You people can bring your laptops so that along with me, you can also build simultaneously. I will show, you can finish at the same time so that you will get a clarity. I can give you certain tasks so that you can implement them. I can check on the spot whether it is going fine or not. Then you will have a complete idea perfectly. Tomorrow we will do that. Okay, right.